The government is holding 9 alien spacecraft that are repelled by a modified gravity generator. The work is being conducted 15 miles south of Room Lake at an isolated area only designated as S4. There is hardly a location that generates more attention than Area 51 in alien study circles. However, many people might be shocked to learn that what they think of the secret location is completely wrong. As popular theorist Bob B. Lazar reveals, Area 51 is not what you think. Stay tuned as we bring you details of Bob Lazar's exposé of Area 51. Just mentioning the name Area 51 immediately evokes images of UFOs, extraterrestrial encounters, and top-secret government experiments. The mythos surrounding this mysterious desert facility is so deeply embedded in popular culture that it's nearly impossible not to get caught up in the excitement. Located in the Nevada desert, miles from anywhere, Area 51 has long been the subject of fascination. Its intense security and secretive operations provide the perfect backdrop for accounts of otherworldly encounters. One of the most tantalizing tales is that of the recovered UFOs stored within the hidden hangars of Area 51. Whispered tales say that these aren't just any UFOs, they are remnants from the infamous Roswell incident of 1947. According to the reports, when an unidentified flying object crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, its debris and possibly its extraterrestrial occupants were whisked away to Area 51 for examination and study. Can you just imagine the level of cutting-edge technology, perhaps even from other galaxies, being reverse-engineered inside those guarded walls? Speaking of extraterrestrial occupants, the tales of alien encounters within Area 51 are nothing short of electrifying. Alleged former employees have spoken under the cloak of anonymity about their experiences with beings not of this earth. There are tales of the mysterious Greys, those slender, large-eyed aliens that have become iconic in UFO lore, being kept in the depths of the facility, possibly collaborating with our own scientists. The potential shared knowledge and technology between Earthlings and extraterrestrials could be shaping the very future of our planet. Area 51's airspace, known as R488N, is one of the most restricted airspaces in the world. Why such tight control? Legends say it's because of the advanced and experimental aircraft tested there, some of which might just be inspired by alien technology. From the rapid zigzagging maneuvers of unknown craft to the hovering abilities that defy traditional aviation understanding, eyewitnesses have reported some truly bewildering sights in the skies above the desert. With every new sighting, the belief that Area 51 holds aircraft technology beyond our wildest dreams only grows stronger. Amidst the swirling tales of extraterrestrial tech, another captivating narrative emerges, that of time travel experiments. The rumors are wild and wonderful. Some believe that deep within Area 51, scientists are bending the very fabric of time itself. The implications are staggering. Are there time travelers among us, sent from Area 51 to explore or observe different epochs? The very thought of what they might have witnessed or where they might have ventured is enough to set the imagination aflame. Then there's the so-called moon landing conspiracy. According to some, the historic Apollo moon landing in 1969 was staged, and where better to film such a colossal undertaking than in the vast, desolate expanse of the Nevada desert with Area 51's resources at hand. Picture vast sound stages, advanced lighting and rigging, and even lunar landers being tested and prepped for their televised journey. While the moon landing remains one of humanity's proudest achievements, the legends of its potential fabrication at Area 51 add an extra layer of intrigue to an already phenomenal event. The underground labyrinth of Area 51 is another topic of intense speculation. With stories of miles and miles of subterranean facilities, one has to wonder what might be lurking below. Could there be whole cities beneath the sands inhabited by both humans and aliens? Underground railways connecting secret bases or chambers containing wonders or horrors that the world is not yet ready to see. The secrets buried deep under Area 51 might be more astounding than anything above ground. And who can forget the legend surrounding the majestic men in black? These mysterious, well-dressed figures are believed to be enforcers of silence, ensuring that those who know too much about Area 51's extraterrestrial dealings are kept quiet. Sightings of these enigmatic individuals, often reported to exhibit odd behavior or possess strange technologies, add another thrilling layer to the Area 51 lore. Area 51's status as a cultural phenomenon reached new heights when, in 2019, a social media event proposed a mass raid on the facility. Millions expressed their intent to storm Area 51 in a semi-joking quest to see them aliens. While the actual event turned out to be more of a friendly gathering than a raid, it demonstrated the immense global curiosity surrounding the secrets the base might hold. While the authorities try hard to withhold or control information, they can't succeed completely in preventing the flow of information. Many leakers have come out to reveal exactly what goes on inside the secrecy of Area 51. One of the most popular leakers is Bob Lazar, a man who has refused to be silenced despite multiple attempts to make him go away. His deep connection to the infamous area puts him in a good position to spill the beans. Nestled near Area 51, the S4 facility, according to Lazar, is where some of the US government's most closely guarded secrets reside. Tucked away in the mountains and camouflaged into the desert landscape, the hangars at S4 supposedly hold a fleet of alien spacecraft. Lazar claimed to have been one of the chosen few brought into these hidden hangars, and what he saw inside was absolutely mind-blowing. Lazar was said to have been hired to reverse engineer the propulsion systems of these incredible crafts. Imagine for a moment being tasked with decoding technology that isn't just generations ahead but possibly millennia, and not from another nation, but another world entirely. The main propulsion system, as described by Lazar, was the element 115, or ununpentium. This element, which at the time of his claims was not yet synthesized on Earth, was said to provide the gravitational propulsion that these spacecraft utilized. If this were true, it could revolutionize our understanding of physics. Each of the 9 spaceships was distinct, suggesting they were from different extraterrestrial origins or designed for varied purposes. Lazar gave some of them catchy nicknames based on their shapes, like the Sport Model and the Top Hat. While they all had sleek and smooth exteriors devoid of any visible seams, rivets, or traditional aerospace components, it was their interiors that were truly fascinating. The inside of these crafts, according to Lazar, were minimalistic and appeared to be molded out of a single material. The seats were small, hinting at the possibility of smaller-sized pilots. Control panels were absent of buttons or switches, presenting an enigma on how they were operated. But perhaps the most compelling part of his testimony on the interior of these crafts was the description of the propulsion system, 3 gravity amplifiers and the core reactor that harnessed element 115 to create gravitational waves. This was propulsion on a level humans could only dream of. Lazar's descriptions of this element were fascinating. According to him, element 115 was used as fuel in the reactor of the alien spacecraft, providing the immense energy required to produce the gravitational fields the crafts used for propulsion. This was monumental. If true, it meant that somewhere out in the universe, civilizations had harnessed the power of an element unknown to humanity to traverse the vastness of space. Now, let's get into the really exciting part, the twist in the tale. At the time of Lazar's claims, element 115 was not even part of the periodic table. Skeptics were quick to point out this discrepancy as evidence against his assertions. But the universe, it seems, had a few surprises up its sleeve. In the subsequent decades, advances in particle physics and chemistry led to the discovery of new elements, filling up gaps in the periodic table. Scientists pushed the boundaries of what was known, and then the monumental happened. In 2003, researchers announced they had successfully synthesized element 115. The world of science and the community of UFO enthusiasts collided in a jubilant celebration. This new element was produced by smashing calcium particles into americium, and while it only existed for a fraction of a second before decaying, it was a groundbreaking discovery. Later in 2013, Swedish scientists were able to confirm the existence of element 115, and in 2015, it was given the official name muscovium in honor of the Mohs Institute, where it was first synthesized. Now, let's pause and consider the implications of this. Lazar, years before the official scientific discovery, had detailed this element and its incredible properties. With muscovium confirmation, a significant pillar of Lazar's testimony was validated. Could it be that he really had insider knowledge of alien technology that utilized this unique element? It's essential to note some differences, though. The synthesized muscovium has a very short half-life, decaying rapidly, which contrasts with Lazar's claims of stable versions of element 115 being used in alien reactors. However, this doesn't necessarily invalidate Lazar's assertions. Elements can have different isotopes, each with unique properties. The naturally occurring stable isotope of element 115, as described by Lazar, might just be waiting to be discovered. Beyond propulsion systems and alien crafts, the discovery of moscovium has broader implications for science and humanity. The addition of new elements to the periodic table deepens our understanding of the universe and its building blocks. Every new element brings with it the potential for unprecedented innovations in technology, medicine, energy, and more. For UFO enthusiasts and believers in Lazar's story, the discovery of moscovium was a thrilling affirmation. It's moments like these, where the seemingly fantastical converges with proven science, that make the realm of extraterrestrial investigation so exhilarating. Imagine the vast repositories of knowledge and technology that advanced extraterrestrial civilizations might possess. If element 115 is just a glimpse into that world, what other wonders might be out there? Anti-gravity, warp drives, interdimensional travel, the possibilities are boundless. Moreover, the element 115 saga serves as a reminder to keep an open mind. What seems outlandish today might be a scientific reality tomorrow. It beckons us to listen with a critical but open mind to the trailblazers, the out-of-the-box thinkers, and yes, even the supposed whistleblowers from secretive government facilities. According to Lazar, the anti-gravity propulsion system consisted of three main components: a reactor, an amplifier, and an emitter. The reactor was a spherical device that contained a small amount of element 115, a synthetic element that could generate a powerful gravitational field. The amplifier was a cone-shaped device that amplified the gravitational field produced by the reactor. The emitter was a circular device that emitted the amplified gravitational field in a specific direction. Lazar says that the reactor worked by bombarding element 115 with protons, which caused it to decay into element 116, which was unstable and released antimatter. The antimatter then reacted with matter in a small annihilation reactor, which produced heat and electricity. The electricity powered the amplifier and the emitter, which created and controlled the gravitational field. Lazar says that the emitter could be rotated and tilted to change the direction and angle of the gravitational field. By doing so, the craft could create a distortion in space and time around itself, which reduced its mass and inertia and allowed it to accelerate and maneuver at incredible speeds. The craft could also create a gravitational wave that could warp space and time in front of it, creating a shortcut or a wormhole that could transport it to distant locations in the universe. Lazar says that he learned some of the principles and equations behind the anti-gravity propulsion system from reading briefing documents and observing test flights. He says that he also tried to reverse engineer some of the components, such as the reactor and the amplifier, but he faced many difficulties and dangers. He says that he was amazed by the sophistication and elegance of the alien technology, which was far beyond human comprehension and capabilities. Beyond the technology, Lazar's accounts of the stringent security measures at S4 underscored the gravity of the projects. He spoke of armed guards, constant supervision, and even mentioned the use of intimidating scare tactics to ensure complete confidentiality. The mere existence of such tight security protocols speaks volumes about the significance and sensitivity of the undertakings at S4. Lazar's descriptions also opened a window into the potential origins of UFO sightings. With advanced gravitational propulsion, these crafts could achieve high-speed maneuvers in any direction, defying the conventional laws of motion and inertia. Lazar's explanation of how the crafts moved by generating a gravitational field and falling into it provides a possible explanation for the almost magical zigzagging movements reported by countless UFO witnesses. And then there's the tantalizing hint Lazar dropped about the origin of these spacecraft. In one of his interviews, he mentioned a brief glimpse of a document suggesting that one of the crafts was an archaeological find, meaning it was dug up from the Earth. Could it be possible that extraterrestrials visited our planet thousands or even millions of years ago, leaving behind a piece of their advanced technology? The repercussions of Bob Lazar's revelations are far-reaching. If true, they could signify that we're not alone in the universe, that interstellar travel is attainable, and that governments may be keeping profound secrets about our place in the cosmic neighborhood. Throughout the years, debates have raged about the authenticity of Lazar's claims. Skeptics have pointed out discrepancies in his narrative and questioned his background, while believers uphold him as a whistleblower courageously revealing truths that the world deserves to know. Whatever side of the fence one might be on, there's no denying the impact of his story. The tale of Bob Lazar and the 9 spaceships at S4 has fueled UFO discussions for decades. It has inspired movies, documentaries, and countless discussions in the realms of physics, aerospace, and extraterrestrial life. His detailed descriptions of the crafts, from their alien aesthetics to the science fiction-like propulsion systems, are a treasure trove for enthusiasts and dreamers. With each passing year, as technology advances and the boundaries of what's possible expand, the claims of Bob Lazar seem less like far-fetched tales and more like tantalizing possibilities. The story of S4 and its 9 mysterious spacecraft remains one of the most captivating chapters in the annals of UFO lore. In the end, whether you're a believer or a skeptic, the tales of Bob Lazar and his experiences at S4 ignite the imagination and keep us all looking to the stars with wonder and anticipation. Lazar says that he witnessed several test flights of the craft, which could perform incredible maneuvers and defy the laws of physics. He also says that he read briefing documents that revealed the origin and history of the alien visitors, who were apparently from a planet called Zeta Reticuli. Zeta Reticuli, located about 39.3 light-years from Earth, is a binary star system in the southern constellation of Reticulum. Not only does this star system hold a fascination for astronomers, but it's also been a key player in UFO accounts for decades. The briefing documents Lazar described were a gold mine of information. They painted a picture of our visitors' journey spanning thousands of years. These beings, referred to as the Greys, due to their distinctive skin color, had been monitoring our planet for millennia. The file stated that these extraterrestrial beings first took notice of Earth around 10,000 years ago, drawn by our planet's rich biodiversity and rapid evolutionary leaps. The Greys, with their almond-shaped eyes and slight builds, have often been depicted in popular culture, but it was startling to find that they were not mere products of imagination. The records claimed that the Greys had established clandestine contact with early human civilization, helping guide some of our technological and spiritual advancements. The pyramids of Egypt, the Nazca lines of Peru, and other ancient marvels, could they all have been influenced by our interstellar visitors? But why Zeta Reticuli? What's so special about this star system? Well, according to the briefing documents, their home planet circling Zeta Reticuli offered the perfect conditions for their species. With 2 main sequence stars in the system, their home had stable solar cycles and temperatures that allowed for their particular form of life to thrive. Over millennia, as they advanced, they became master travelers of the cosmos, searching for other civilizations and life forms, ultimately leading them to us. As the documents continued, it became evident that their interest in our species wasn't purely scientific or observational. Our emotional spectrum, capacity for creativity, and even our physical structures held immense intrigue for them. It seems that while they surpassed us in technological evolution, there were elements of the human experience they didn't quite grasp. Emotions like love, fear, joy, and sorrow were phenomena they sought to understand better. However, some curious researchers and enthusiasts have tried to find clues and hints about the S4 facility by examining satellite images, aerial photographs, and eyewitness accounts. One pilot named Gabriel Zine managed to fly around Area 51 in Papoose Lake in 2020, taking rare pictures of the restricted airspace. He did not see any signs of the S4 facility, but he did capture some interesting features such as range targets, drone bases, and UFO legends. Another researcher named Michael Schratt created 3D illustrations of the S4 facility based on Lazar's descriptions and other sources. He gave a virtual walkthrough of the facility at the 2011 International UFO Congress, showing how the hangar door, the sport model, and other elements would look like according to Lazar. Lazar decided to go public with his story after he witnessed a security breach at S4, where he saw his colleague being threatened by a gun-wielding guard for bringing a friend to the facility. He also said he was concerned about his own safety and the safety of his family, as he suspected that he was being monitored and followed by unknown agents. He wanted to expose the truth and protect himself from possible harm by revealing his identity and his work. Lazar first contacted George Knapp, a journalist from Las Vegas, who interviewed him anonymously in May 1989. He used the pseudonym Dennis and hid his face behind a silhouette. He described his work at S4 and the alien craft he had seen there. He also revealed some details about the alien technology, such as the anti-gravity reactor and element 115. However, Lazar's anonymity did not last long. In November 1989, he agreed to reveal his real name and face in another interview with Knapp. He also took Knapp and some friends to a desert location near Area 51, where he claimed they could see the test flights of the alien craft on certain nights. They managed to film some lights in the sky, but they were also caught by the security forces and detained for trespassing. After Lazar's story became public, he faced a lot of harassment, threats, and legal troubles. He said he received death threats from anonymous callers who warned him to keep quiet, or else. He also claimed that he was raided by authorities several times, who searched his home and business for evidence of element 115 or other classified materials. Lazar claimed that they confiscated some of his equipment and documents and tried to erase his records and discredit him. In 1990, Lazar was also arrested for his involvement in a prostitution ring, where he admitted to helping his friend set up a brothel in Las Vegas. He pleaded guilty to pandering and was sentenced to 150 hours of community service and 6 months of probation. Lazar suggested that this was part of a smear campaign orchestrated by the government to ruin his reputation and credibility. Lazar has maintained his story over the years, despite the criticism and skepticism from many, including some ufologists and scientists. He has appeared in several documentaries and interviews where he repeated his claims and defended his evidence. He has also continued to run his business, United Nuclear Scientific Equipment and Supplies, which sells various chemicals and materials. Lazar's story has received some validation from NASA and the US Congress, who have shown more interest and openness in investigating the UFO phenomenon. NASA has been actively searching for signs of life beyond Earth using various missions and instruments such as the Mars rovers, the Kepler telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, and the Breakthrough Listen project. NASA has also announced plans to send a probe to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, that may harbor a subsurface ocean with potential life. They have also stated that they expect to find evidence of alien life within the next 20 years. The US Congress has taken a more serious approach to the UFO issue, especially after the release of several videos and reports that showed unexplained aerial phenomena, UAP, encountered by military pilots and personnel. In July 2023, the House Oversight Committee convened a landmark panel on UAPs, where 3 witnesses shared their experiences and opinions on the topic. One of them was David Grush, an ex-Air Force intelligence officer, who claimed that the US government is concealing a long-standing program that retrieves and reverse engineers UAPs, some of which contain non-human biological material. Grush also claimed to have seen documents that confirmed Lazar's story about S4 and the alien technology there. The hearing was the most serious acknowledgement yet that UAPs deserve scrutiny at the highest levels of government. Lawmakers and witnesses alike used the panel to demand greater transparency and accountability around UAPs from the military and other agencies. They called for an official reporting process for military personnel or members of the public to report unexplained sightings without fear of ridicule or retaliation. They also acknowledged that UAPs pose a potential national security threat as well as an opportunity for scientific discovery. The actions and statements of NASA and the US Congress have confirmed the existence of aliens, or at least the possibility of it. They also support Lazar's story about S4 and his work there.